evening. I'm here tonight to present the David O. Selznick Award to my friend, Chris Meledandri. David O. Selznick was an extraordinarily talented producer, so by extension, the David O. Selznick Award honors other extraordinarily talented producers. Past recipients include Martin Scorsese, Laura Ziskin, Roger Corman, Hal Roach, Steve Carell, and Billy Wilder. But why Chris Meledandri? Why has this body decided to honor him and not you? Why am I here tonight saying nice things about Chris and nothing about you? Why do you think you deserve to be honored? What makes you so special? Why are you so bitter? Where the hell do you get off? Chris Meledandri is being honored this evening for one simple reason. He is better than you are. I've done 37 films with Chris. Despicable Me 1 through 33, Minions 2, 5, and 8, and Horton Hears a Who. Each time I work with Chris, I'm reminded that he is not only a visionary storyteller, but one sexy, hot-ass bastard. It's no simple task. Yes, he does deserve that applause. It's no simple task to create something that connects with an audience, brings joy, and stands the test of time. It is something that Chris does effortlessly. And for you, it is a slog. Chris is also very nice. Nicer than you, in fact. Which is not to say that you are not nice. Chris is just nicer. He treats other people with respect and kindness. He is a collaborator, the good kind. Wow. I remember early on in the development of Despicable Me, Chris went out of his way to include me in the design of the character Gru. It's been an enormously rewarding partnership. In fact, through the years, Chris has not only employed me as a voice artist, he has arranged a side hustle for me, making in-person appearances as Gru for children's parties. Hey, everybody! Ethan! Today you are a man! He also manages my Cameo and OnlyFans accounts. In all sincerity, I have been so fortunate to work with amazing, amazing people throughout my career, but Chris stands alone. His creativity, loyalty, and inherent goodness have been an inspiration, and it's a privilege to call him my friend. The David O. Selznick Award is given in celebration of one's entire career for a lifetime of producing outstanding motion pictures. And time again, in film after film, Chris has given audiences around the world films full of magic, films that bring joy to fans of every age. Please welcome the 2025 recipient of the David O. Selznick Achievement Award, Chris Meledandri.
Thank you, Steve. And thank you for what's now been 17 years of sharing your extraordinary creativity. We're so grateful at Illumination for being our partner. I want to thank Donald, who was there at the very beginning when I made my first attempt to go out on my own as a producer. Mark Gordon and I were trying to pitch projects, and Donald was like the most aggressive person trying to find a way to give us a shot. Stephanie, Susan, and the entire PGA, thank you for this honor, and it's truly humbling. I need to express my appreciation for Comcast and NBC Universal, who have been my partners in this Illumination journey. And Donna, Jimmy, Mike, and Michael, our movies have been enriched by your contributions. And I want to say, Donna, at this moment in time, your unshakable commitment to filmmakers and to movie making has never been more vital. Great appreciation to all of my Illumination colleagues in Los Angeles and in Paris. And this honor is really a reflection of their work. I want to acknowledge Janet Healy, who is one of the greatest producers I've ever known, as well as 4 of my current producing partners from Illumination who are here tonight, Brett Hoffman, Joy Carell, Bill Ryan, and Kelly Lake. And finally, a special thanks to Brian, my trusted advisor. I have so much gratitude for my dear friends, Wendy and Jamie, Tom, Mark, who are here with me tonight, along with my East Coast Gordon family. And every producer knows the strength that you receive from the people who love you the most. It's not only invaluable, but it's essential. And for the ideas you've contributed, to the support that has always been there, Leslie, Nick, Vicki, Godfrey, and my lifelong partner in crime, my brilliant sister, Nina. Thank you. Many years ago, I came to Los Angeles to work for a producer named Dan Melnick. I was a runner, and when I drove onto the 20th Century Fox lot for my first day of work, I found a parking spot right outside the company offices with my name painted on it. And Dan inadvertently gave me my first lesson in producing, which is everybody matters. And I don't think a human being has ever loved 200 square feet of concrete as much as I love that parking space. Now, each time I pulled into that space, I imagined myself as the producer who I hope to one day become, which makes tonight a little bit awkward, because when I drove into the hotel lot tonight, Carell, you had taken the fucking parking spot that the PGA had given me. Now, as a runner, I drove around the city and I caught glimpses of filmmakers whose movies I had loved. Orson Welles eating lunch alone at Ma Maison restaurant. A chance encounter with Billy Wilder, who invited me to his home. And slipping onto the set of One from the Heart, where Coppola had created a replica of Las Vegas using forced perspective. And I was in heaven. I had been raised in New York City by parents who loved movies, but would only take my sister and me to films they wanted to see. Ironically, not a single animated movie. Watching Easy Rider was a bit confusing for a 10-year-old, but by 15, I had seen everything by Woody Allen. I was fluent in Kubrick, and I had had an education in comedy by the Marx Brothers. And I realize now how fortunate I am to have come of age in the culturally dynamic 1970s, an era filled with promise and hope, to have had great mentors, and above all, to get to work with such gifted directors, artists, actors, production teams, and writers, some of whom are here with me tonight. There were plenty of ups and there were plenty of downs. It took me until my 40s to find my stride. But the industry was growing. Jobs were plentiful. Technology was empowering us, not threatening to replace us. And we find ourselves now in a far more fragile moment. Our country, our city, our industry are experiencing unprecedented disruption and uncertainty. And it can be frightening. But we should not forget that the health of a society is directly tied to its reigning narratives. So whether we are making films and television that entertain, that provoke, that reinforce classic myths, or invent new ones, our storytelling has never been more important. As much as we might wish for it, no one is coming to save us. As producers, we are entrepreneurs, and we must keep adapting to find ways to thrive no matter what. And to do that, we have to disrupt our own norms. The comfort we feel staring in the rearview mirror is only an illusion. It's up to us now to build on our strengths, discover ways to keep our movies, our process, our budgets, and our engagement with audiences searingly relevant. So tonight, I want to thank you not only for this award, but especially for the work that you all do. Sitting here tonight, hearing about all of this year's projects, I realize the work you do gives me hope in these times. The courage, the vitality, the creativity, the unstoppable drive of everyone here. It matters. Thank you very much.